You know that feeling, right? You're trying to describe someone, and the words just fall flat. You say they're nice or tall, but you know you haven't really captured them. Well, today, we're going to move way beyond those generic labels. We're going to figure out how to describe people in a way that truly brings them to life.
Okay, let's put ourselves right in that moment. A friend leans in, curious, and asks about the new person at work. So, what are they like? What's your go-to response? Is it just a list of facts? Or is it something more? You know, this simple question actually reveals a ton about how we see and talk about other people.
And let's be real, it's genuinely hard to capture a whole, complex person in just a few sentences. So what do our brains do? They take a shortcut. We end up with this laundry list of traits. Oh, he's tall, has brown hair, and he's pretty quiet. I mean, it's accurate, sure, but it's also incredibly boring. And it doesn't tell us anything that really matters.
Now, just look at the difference here. It's night and day, right? On the left, we've got these flat data points. Tall, nice, okay. But on the right, we've got a little story. Saying he has to duck to get through doorways paints a picture. You get a real sense of his scale in the world. And she always remembers the name of the barista. That doesn't just say she's nice, it shows you her kindness in action. You can actually see it.
So how do we describe what someone looks like without it sounding like we're filling out a form at the DMV? The secret, the real key, is to stop just cataloging what you see and start interpreting it.
This right here is the core idea. Instead of listing eye color, hair color, height, the whole checklist, just ask yourself, what's the one single feeling this person gives off? What's the vibe? Are they sharp and put together? Are they soft and comfortable like a favorite sweater? Do they vibrate with energy, or are they a pool of calm? That one dominant impression, that's your anchor.
And here's a super simple way to do it. Step 1, find that dominant impression. Let's say it's intense energy. Okay, great. Step 2, pick just a couple of details that prove it. Maybe it's their eyes that are always scanning the room, or hands that are never quite still. And then, step 3, use active language. He doesn't just walk, he paces. See? You've just painted a picture of energy without ever having to use the word itself.
Okay, so describing appearance is one thing, but what about what's on the inside? How do we describe who someone is? This is where we run into the biggest trap of them all, those vague, lazy adjectives like funny, smart, or kind. Honestly, these words tell us almost nothing on their own.
The famous writer Anton Chekhov nailed this idea perfectly. He said, "Don't tell me the moon is shining. Show me the glint of light on broken glass." What he's saying is, creating an experience for your listener, letting them see it for themselves, is so much more powerful than just stating a fact. And that exact same principle applies to people.
And this all leads us to the golden rule of all good description. Show, don't tell. I'm telling you, this is the single most powerful tool you have. It's the difference between a person who feels like a cardboard cutout and one who feels like they could walk right off the page.
So let's break that down. Instead of just summing someone up with a label, you provide the evidence. You get to be the detective, pointing out the clues, their actions, their words, their little habits. This lets your audience draw their own conclusion. It's way more engaging, and you know what? It's a lot more convincing too.
Okay, let's look at this in action, because this is where it really clicks. Saying someone is generous is fine, but showing them leaving a 50% tip for a server who's clearly having a tough day, that hits you on a totally different level. You feel their generosity. Or how about anxious? The image of someone compulsively checking a blank phone screen is so much more powerful. You can practically feel their internal state through that one tiny action. That is the power of showing. Now, the real magic happens when you start blending these two ideas together. The best descriptions, the ones that really stick with you, weave appearance and personality into one. Think about it. A person's confidence isn't just some internal trait. It's right there in the way they stand tall, the way their suit is perfectly pressed, that dominant impression we talked about earlier. It all connects. And look, this isn't just an exercise for writers or anything. When you get good at describing people with this level of detail, you start to build real empathy. You communicate your own ideas and impressions so much more effectively. Your stories, whether you're telling them at the dinner table or in a boardroom, suddenly become way more compelling because the people in them feel real. You become a more memorable communicator, period.
Maybe think of it this way. A good description isn't a photograph. A photo just captures a flat, objective reality. A great description, it's a portrait.
A talented artist doesn't just copy what they see, they interpret it. They highlight certain features to reveal a deeper truth about who that person is. Your words can be that artist's brush.
So the next time someone asks you, hey, what's that new colleague like? Just pause for a second. Look past the simple checklist of facts. Try to find that dominant impression. Find those little actions that reveal their character. Because you're not just listing off traits anymore. You're actually telling a story. The only question is, what story will you choose to tell?